Hey guys, welcome back to MCI's Builder Series. Today we're going to be talking about our 2000 Indian motorcycle Chief in the Gilroy era for Arizona Bike Week. All right, the reason we started with a 2000 Gilroy Series Indian is because a group of my friends get together once a year. We build custom motorcycles, we get together, we ride them, we have a good time with them. And this year, the Evolution motor was the purpose of the build. You had to have an Evo. So we took a 2000 that we happened to have laying around in our stable, this white and yellow, swooping fenders, spoke wheels, white walls, beach bars, typical Indian Chief Gilroy. And I had a great idea. I wanted to rip it down, wanted to do some internal throttle. We'll get into the specifics in a bit, but I wanted a raw, kind of a cool chopper / softail ape hanger looking bike. So this is kind of the bike we came up with. We're going to rip it out to Arizona, have some fun with our pals. It is an Evo motor, which qualifies even though it's not a Harley, and I think that's the dopest part. So the Evo Friends Throwdown, obviously we talked about it a little bit. It's a Harley Davidson motor, and it's a 1980 style motor, early 90s. It's well sought after. It's a great motorcycle, or a great motor, if you will, typically 80 cubic inches. So with the Indian Gilroy era, it actually came with an 88 cubic inch S&S Evo motor. We were fortunate enough with one of our donor bikes that we had. This is a 96 cubic inch S&S. So we obviously wanted a polished style motor because we wanted to accent the raw metal on the motorcycle. So we took a 96 cubic inch S&S motor. We paired it up with our Baker 6-speed transmission because we're going to be logging some miles out in AZ. And we wanted to have that comfort, that overdrive, the smoothness of a Baker transmission. And on the opposite side, we went ahead and threw a BDL 2-inch primary on there for smooth shifting with that 6-speed tranny. Also, we want a little bit of noise. We wanted something that looked good, so we reached out to our homies out in AZ and got ourselves a Thunderheader exhaust. Super popular, great sounding, great power out of them. And I think it kind of fits with the style of bike that we're trying to create. So we talked a little bit about the motor, the Evo motor, all the goodies that we tossed on it to make it go fast, shift fast, and look good down below. But because it's a custom bike build-off, we wanted to tear it down to the frame and start from scratch. So although it is a stock Gilroy era style frame, we shipped it over to my homie Lefevre Cycles. He worked his magic on it. We wanted to keep the frame as far as rake and trail as stock as possible because we knew it handled and ran well that way. But he welded or took the motorcycle frame, sanded down all the welds, smoothed everything, painted it this kind of cool color blue. That was my choice. I wanted it to really pop against the chrome, the raw steel on the motorcycle, and the polished aluminum on the bike. So like always, John Lefevre Cycles crushed it. Taking the stock tins after we got the frame back, we sent them out, had them sandblasted. And then of course our guy, Carl, has been working here for about 4 years now. He's a great body guy. He went to work with the sander and got his nubs and hands nasty. And he kind of what we got here today. He smoothed out all the welds the best that we could. We left some imperfections in the tins. And we're really stoked with the way it turned out. All right, so keeping with the simple design that we were looking for on this motorcycle, we reached out to my buddy Randy over at Cycle Visions. He sent me one of his chopper harnesses, literally rewired the entire bike, even back here to his license plate, which we'll look at a little bit later. Simple brake, headlight setup, ignition. And then we wanted to kind of do something a little bit different on this bike. So we reached out to Curtis Hoffman at Hoffman's Designs. We didn't want spoke wheels. We wanted to bring it into the 21st century. So I had him cut up a brand new set of his manufactured wheels. We did a 19 3.5 up front, 18 3.5 out back. We didn't do fat tire. We kept it kind of classic and cool. Nash Customs was cool enough to weld us up a 1-inch set of bars. Behringer brakes, of course, we wanted the best in braking, so that's what we went with. Internal throttle works out pretty cool because it cleans up the handlebars. Not a lot of wiring, not a lot of cables. And overall, it turned out pretty cool. We wanted to do a 21st century braking system. We wanted to go fast with the 96-inch motor. We also wanted it to stop fast. So reached out to Behringer's, had them set us up with a nice set of hand controls, keeps that top end nice and clean. As far as the seat goes, we wanted to accent the old style of this motorcycle. So we threw some brown in there, sent it over to our local seat shop. He wrapped it in a nice cowhide leather brown. And of course the Vans grips to accent and match as well. All in all, we're super pumped on the way the bike turned out. Super clean, super easy. And I think we're gonna have a good time riding. that wraps up our Evo Friends Throwdown build that we put together here. Check us out, obviously, on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube video, etc. Big shout out to all of our friends that helped us build this bike, including the team here at MCI, Hoffman's Design, Lefevre Cycles, Cycle Visions, Behringer, etc. Check them out. They'll all be tagged in this story. Looking forward to riding this bad boy, and hopefully we got an opportunity to see a bunch of you guys out in Arizona last week and come by the shop, hang out, and check it out.